Very good afternoon to all of you. And today I'm here with the concept relating to cost analysis and cost management. And mainly just I'm going with make you to understand with respect to importance of analyzing and managing cost. What is cost? Let us understand firstly about what is cost, and then we can try to understand what is cost analysis and cost management, and what is its significance in today's business world. And firstly, as I said, what is cost? Cost is the monetary value which is being spent by the organization to produce something. Okay, and then the example that I can give in this context in the manufacturing process, the raw material being used, purchase of raw materials. Okay, and the labor cost, the labor either manual or machine labor which is being used by the business. So the salary or the wages paid in return to get the service from the to get the labor service. And even you can take the example of the any direct or indirect expenditure which is being incurred in the process of production, that is conversion of raw material or semi-finished goods into finished goods. So any aspect or anything that includes monetary value and that has been spent in the process of manufacturing, in the process of producing something, that is where we consider it as cost. So there are various elements of cost which is inclusive in nature, where we can understand by knowing its types or categories of cost, like where we classify the cost into direct and indirect, then fixed cost and variable cost from the marginal cost point of view. And this is where we need to understand about the various categories of cost constituents, that is elements of cost. So the next is about what is cost analysis. The cost, when I say cost analysis, the cost constituents, that is the summary statement of the cost, is being studied separately. The elements of the cost statement is being studied separately, analyzed separately. So that is what the cost analysis is all about. So here mainly the cost statement, the business or when the cost accountant is preparing the cost sheet, in the process of preparing the cost sheet, that is mainly the purpose of preparing the cost sheet is to know about the total cost or to know about the cost per unit of the product, wherein the profit and the price will be calculated based on the total arrival of total cost. When this is the case, most of the time the management plays the major role in understanding the different categories of cost, and it makes an organization feel very much needed to analyze the different elements of cost from the cost management point of view. That is where the cost analysis comes to the picture. The cost analysis is mainly done to understand the various constituents or the elements of the cost, wherein certain decisions can be taken with respect to management. That is, managerial decisions can be considered by analyzing the cost. That is what the cost analysis means. And in case of cost analysis, the cost analysis helps in comparing the cost with the the actuals with the standards. We all know that as a part of the financial planning, the budget is being prepared by the business, by the organization, wherein the budget will become the base wherein to take certain financial decisions by the company and many other decisions, production decisions also. But so budget will become the main base as part of planning phase. So when this budget that becomes the standard, and the standard expenditure statement or the income statement is being compared with the actual expenditure or the income statements, that's actual budget. The cost analysis has the purpose or with an objective of comparing the standards with the actuals. That means the businessman or the manufacturer who mainly compares the budget figures with the actual figures. So cost analysis is part of that, wherein it helps an organization to compare its actual expenditure with the standard or as per the budgeted expenditure is concerned, so that if there is any variance, that variance can be analyzed uh, to consider as a part of performance evaluation from the divisional performance evaluation point of view also, and even from the organization performance evaluation point of view also. When the cost analysis is helping to compare the results, and mainly the time period is also being considered when the cost analysis is being done. So the past period is being compared, figures being compared with the present. So the cost relating to the present period is being compared with the past period's performance. So from the economist point of view also, one can understand what is cost analysis, and the cost analysis here mainly refers to the measure of the cost and output relationship. The cost and output is being considered as two variables, wherein the output is mainly depending upon the cost. So there is a need to understand and analyze the cost aspect, because mainly the output is being mainly depending upon the cost. The level of production is being depending upon the cost aspect. So the relationship between cost and output is considered as a part of cost analysis from the economist point of view as well. Yes, and as I was telling, from the economist point of view, when there is a relationship between cost and output, and when I say output, it is the production level. So when the production level is being decided by the inputs, okay, the output is mainly depending upon the input. So here, input in the sense the material, the labor, okay, and other expenditure directly which is being connected with the manufacturing process or the activity. Here, mainly the material supply or the labor supply, okay, and the cost incurred on the material and the cost incurred on the labor will also help a manufacturer to decide the to decide about the production level as well. So the production or the output is mainly depending upon the input, and the input is mainly depending upon the cost. Okay, the cost is mainly depending upon the available finance, the supply of money as well. So from the economics point of view also, one can understand what is cost analysis is all about. So now let us try to understand what is cost management. And the cost management, as the name itself tells you, but it is all about managing the cost. And when I say management in general, understanding, you know that management is the process of planning, directing, controlling, and so on. So here mainly the cost aspect is being planned, the cost aspect is being controlled. Okay, so it is about cost planning and cost controlling. So we all know that when the budget is being prepared, and as I said, it becomes the base for any organization to perform its operational activities. So when the budget is being prepared at the very beginning of the financial period, so when the budget is considered as the base, and based on the budget, the things goes on. That most of that is production, the sales, and many other things mainly depends upon the budget. Okay, the purchase of raw materials and the labor requirement. So everything will be decided based on the production, that is production budget, or production budget is mainly depending upon the sales budget. Okay, so like that is overall I can say master budget, wherein the budget plays a major role. So every business organization thinks that whatever the actuals must not exceed or over exceed the budget figures. Okay, that is where most of the business, not most of the business, all the business are mainly confined to that. That is where they think that a budget should not over exceed the actuals. That is where it is very important to understand from the cost management point of view, wherein the cost is being controlled, okay, where it should not exceed the budget. So it should be within the budget, or whatever the expenditure incurred by the organization, it should be within the budget, so that when there is less variance, or within when it is positively within budget, that's favorable position, what we can consider it as. When the actions are less than the budget or within the budget, when we can say that it is favorable. When the actuals are over and above the budgeted figures, then we can consider it as an unfavorable situation for the organization, for the business overall. So from this point of view, we can understand what is cost management is all about. So cost management is the process of planning and controlling the budget of the business. So what is cost management? Cost management is the process of planning and controlling the budget of a business, and it is a form of management accounting that allows a business to predict impending expenditures to help reduce the chance of going over budget. As I explained, mainly the cost management, it's a part, nothing but management accounting part. And you know that in accounting, the accounting they have, the accounting has three branches, and wherein the three branches being classified as financial accounting, cost accounting, and management accounting. We all know that. And financial accounting mainly deals with the financial aspect, that is reporting about the financial performance of the business, reporting about the financial results through the annual report. Okay, and in case of cost accounting, the cost accounting mainly, the cost accountant mainly prepare the cost statement mainly with the purpose of knowing what is the cost, to fix the price and to calculate the profit levels. Okay, and thirdly, the management accounting is part where it's nothing but cost management, we say. So management accounting and cost management are both the same, wherein the management uh, consider most of the techniques or most of the tools in evaluating the cost, and finally they take certain decisions, very important decisions that helps an organization to reach their target, or to ultimately to reach the business goal, or to find the organization success. So now let us understand about the importance of cost analysis and cost management. Importance of analyzing and managing the cost. So cost analysis and cost management, they have the same purpose or same goal, wherein it is mainly helping an organization to reach the success. Okay, organization success is one where we can consider it as an important factor when it is we think about why we are going with cost analysis, why the cost has to be analyzed, and why the cost has to be managed. Okay, so that is where the first significant factor that makes you to understand why cost analysis or why cost management. First and foremost important factor is that it's reaching the target, that is goal. Okay, business goal is being reached, or achieving the business goal, that is organization success. Okay, and mainly when I say about cost analysis, it helps an organization to evaluate its alternatives. And we all know that whenever in decision making process, we keep in mind the available alternatives. Okay, almost we go with analyzing all the possibilities, analyzing the alternatives, and we choose the best alternative which is helping us to reach our target in a maximum way. Okay, wherein we reach the target easily, and which gives production, very importantly, where it can boost the production also, which helps in utilizing the optimum capacity of the organization. So from this point, evaluating the alternatives. So you're comparing the cost of each alternative which is available, and from their point of view, where you try to take the decision based on that. That is where the cost analysis significant factor lying with. Okay, and one more factor that you need to consider is about the opportunity cost. So when the business is foregoing the other alternatives. So when there are, suppose the business has three options in a particular decision that has to be taken. So the first option, second option, and third option, and when the alternatives or the options are evaluated, the first option being rejected and the second option being selected, even the third option being rejected. So the business goes with the second option, suppose. And what is the opportunity cost of that first option which is being forgone, and what is the opportunity cost of the third option which is being forgone? So that has to be also considered, that opportunity cost factor of for the option which is being left out, or option which is being not considered or not accepted, also must be considered when we are analyzing in that particular aspect. So this opportunity cost also helps in as a part of cost analysis. It gives you, I mean, the business gets a clear-cut idea or the picture about why the cost analysis is all about. And the role of cost in decision making, mainly when we are analyzing the role of cost in decision making, the cost has been classified from the managerial decision making point of view into two categories, that is what relevant cost and irrelevant cost. So when I say relevant cost, that means those costs which being considered as relevant, that means which is being considered as very important in decision making process. So when and irrelevant in the sense, those cost, those part of cost, I mean certain cost which is part of total cost which is not being considered in the decision making process, then we consider such cost categories or such cost as irrelevant cost. That means irrelevant means which is not relevant, which is not important, which has to be considered in the decision making process. And when I say, as I was telling about a relevant cost, so if we go by the marginal costing technique, so in case of marginal cost, what happens? The marginal cost, where it considers the variable cost as the base in decision making. So variable cost and marginal cost are the same. Okay. And in case of fixed cost, which will not vary irrespective of the production level, the variable cost varies with respect to the production level. As production increases, the variable cost also increases. So it may not be so in case of fixed cost. So here in this case, we consider the variable cost, and we most of the time, that is what relevant cost is all about, variable cost considering, and fixed cost is irrelevant cost in decision making when we consider the marginal costing technique. So irrelevant cost is fixed cost, and we say fixed cost is sunk cost. Sunk means which is already fixed in nature, which has been sunk. That means it is not a floating. It is not a floating. We consider it as a sunk, which is fixed in nature. So that is what the fixed, the interest payable to the towards the loan or rent payment. Okay, and these are and depreciation on the machineries or building, land and building which is being used. So these costs, wherein will not increase irrespective of the production level. So it remains the same. Okay, and that is why the fixed cost is sunk cost, and this cost, particular cost, is being irrelevant at the time of short-term decisions. Okay, when it comes to long-term decisions, of course, we can go with considering the fixed cost. But mainly, most of the decision with respect to costing are short-term decisions, and which is time-oriented. So, in case of short-term decision making, most of the time it's the fixed cost being neglected. That is what the sunk cost is being not considered. That is why the fixed cost is considered as the sunk cost, and it is considered as the irrelevant cost in decision making. So this particular cost classification is part of cost analysis. That is where which gives you an understanding about the significance or the importance of cost analysis. So like a cost analysis, why cost analysis is important? In a similar way, one has to even understand about why cost management, what is its need, why it is important, why the cost has to be managed. And as I said, the cost management is all about the master budget, wherein you are controlling the planning and controlling of the master, I mean the planning and controlling of the budget of the business. So the budget is being planned and the budget has been controlled. So the cost management, why cost management is important? And we all know that the cost management is all about managing the cost, wherein planning and controlling of the cost factor. When the budget is being prepared from the business, and that budget becomes the base for decisions, and management expect always that the actuals must not exceed the budget. The actual expenditure should not exceed the standard. That standard is as per the estimations, whatever estimated expenditure. So you have already a year back, already you have calculated, oh, this is what the production level that takes place within this particular period, depending upon the sales forecast. And based on that, you have arranged the funds, and based on that, you have purchased raw material, and based on that, the production level has been decided, and based on that, you try to fix the marketing strategies wherein you try to supply the products to meet the demand requirements. When this is the case, so everything is depending. So each factor is depending on the other factor. In such cases, ultimately we can consider a budget as the base to achieve the organizational goal, uh, to reach the business success. In such case, when the actuals being compared with the budget, the standard, if there is a gap, that is a variance, we call that as a variance. So if the variance, that is where it can be favorable and even it can be unfavorable. So favorable in the sense when the actions are exceeding, actuals are not exceeding the budget. That means actuals are less than the budget or within the budget, then it is favorable. Okay, the businessman, praise God, thank God, whatever actually I had planned and everything is going on as per the plan, and the cost, whatever the expenditure that I expected or I estimated, so actual expenditure is same and I have reached my target. But this is favorable situation for the businessman. But when it is unfavorable, when the actions are, the actual expenditure statement is more than the standard, more than the budget. So the businessman thinks about why that is a big variance and that is negative in nature. So that where either there may be uh, environmental threat from the external environment, okay, or from the internal business point of view, where actually it went wrong. So you need to take a corrective measures based on that. This is where part of strategic management on. Also, we can understand the cost analysis and the cost management. And that's where we have the title is all about strategic cost management. So in the process of strategic management, that is strategic planning, strategy implementation, and strategy evaluation. So in this process, mainly the planning, that is preparing the budget, is a part of strategic planning. And when you're implementing, so as per the budget, so the funds will be released based on that, and the departments, the funds will be allocated based on that, based on the budget, whatever earlier it is being prepared. So it is being implemented, and the production takes place based on that. So finally, at the year end, it's time for you people to compare the actuals with the standard. So you're evaluating whether whatever I had planned, it's as per the plan, whether I have achieved my goal, whether I have achieved the target sales, or whether I have achieved the production level as per the plan. So whatever the earlier planning decisions that I have taken, so you just cross check it whether you have achieved it or not. Yes, I have done or not done. I have done, yes, tick, or wrong. So I'm not gone with. So or I'm not achieved my target. So yes or no, yes or no. So you're just comparing it, and it's when you're comparing it, you take a corrective action when it has been deviating. So when your actuals been deviating from the plan, so you think about where actually things went wrong, and finally you check, recheck, and come up with a new strategy. So this is where it is in cyclic process. That means it's a never-ending process. So the business is never ending. And finally, you need to improve your business, expand your business, and ultimately you need to reach that success point wherein, as per your dream or visionary aspect of the company, whatever it is. Okay. The cost management mainly helps to plan, because it is cost planning and cost controlling, and even it helps in divisional management and evaluation. So this is where very important point that has to be considered in understanding the relevance or importance of cost management. So when it comes to the division, you need to understand about division of labor or division of work principle, the management. So most of the business events or activities are depending upon a specific ability or a specific knowledge or a specific skills that is being needed to achieve the uh, work or particular task. So when this is the case, and the organization is not a sole person, or which is mainly run by one person or one army, or which is being all the work being done. So we mainly depend upon the principle. We give importance to the management principle, that is what division of labor and division of work. So there are so many people with different abilities, skills, and knowledge, which where they have identified, and they are being assigned with different responsibilities and duties been assigned to them based on their profile. Okay, that is the profile which defines what the knowledge, the ability, the skill of a person to perform a particular task or an activity. So in such cases, in such situation, uh, that is mainly the organization is being well defined through its organization structure. And we all know that the three-tiered structure, the top level, the middle level, and the lower level, and where their functions and duties and responsibilities being defined in a very specific point with a specific designation and the specific department. So it will be giving you a route map to understand who is responsible to who and what their actual duties and responsibilities are. In such case, so divisions, each department, each person or each manager, okay, or each group leader has to be evaluated, and that is where the each event has to be assessed. Each activity of the business must be assessed. That is where the divisional performance and the divisional management comes to the picture. So we all know that when we start talking about the various divisions in the business, where depending upon the various functions, that is production department or which is being headed by the production manager, sales department which is being headed by the sales manager, and marketing department which is being headed by marketing manager, and HR department which is being headed by the HR manager. So and under them there are so many other people who are working with. Okay, so where we need to try to, and at the board level there are board of members, directors, independent directors, and then the executive directors, non-executive directors. Okay, so like where the top level and chairman, that is CEO, chief executive officer, chief financial officer. So mainly they mainly involve in decision making, making rules, regulations, policies, and systems, process, deciding about the process. And when it comes, that is where the planning phase, most of the time the strategic planning is mainly concerned with the top level. And when it comes to the middle level, mainly the middle level, mainly with the supervisory level or the managerial level, where executory level we can call it as. So whatever the plans, whatever the decisions, policies being decided at the top level, everything that has been going to be implemented, and it will be supervised by the middle level managers. And finally the lower level managers or lower level employees, where they will be evaluated for their performance for the things which is being implemented. So that will become the blueprint for their work task, for the work event, where how to work or what to be done or what to be achieved. So everything will be decided as per their task which is being given. So this is a performance at the lower level, that is the operation level employees. So and finally what I can say is that so each division here, whether it is top level, middle level or lower level, everything has to be evaluated. And this is where when it comes to especially the operation level activities, the cost of each department has to be analyzed, and that is where it has to be controlled, because some departments may be working well and some departments may be weak in performance, so that we cannot, as overall organizational performance, it may in average performance, but we need to look after those, we need to identify those weaker sections, weaker departments which is not contributing sufficiently towards the overall progress of the organization, and which is not giving sufficiently, which is not um, contributing much uh, towards the overall profit of the organization. So we need to identify such departments and divisions. We need to check, we need to verify why, and we need to analyze and evaluate what's the problem in particular department, why, what, where exactly it went wrong. And finally, the corrective measures can be taken, and maybe the decisions with respect to continuation or stopping a particular process or an activity or a product can also be such big decisions. And in such very important decisions also can be considered by the management. So this, because this is having an impact on the overall performance of the company. So we want everyone or everything has to work. I mean, everything or every department or every person should work in accordance with achieving the overall goal of the business. That is where each organization thinks about. And this is where even when talking about the project management, so most of the companies where they go with the projects, and the projects, that is projects will be defined for a particular period and particular purpose till it is accomplished. So it can be for 2 years project or 3 years project or 5-year project, so depending upon the time period and depending upon the purpose till it is being accomplished. So all these factors based on the time period. So project management and evaluation can also be done where the cost analysis will help you well the project management point of view also. The cost analysis and cost management is very effective and it is very much needed to evaluate the project success, to evaluate the division success, and overall to evaluate the organization success. And that is where the cost analysis and cost management is very important. So finally, what I can conclude is about cost accounting plays a major role which helps the management accountants to take certain decisions, and management accountants role is very important in analyzing the cost, and making taking certain decisions based on that. So analysis is part of research, as we all know that, and so analysis is only when it is possible only when there is data available. The data has to be collected well before the analysis. And mainly the data here is with respect to cost data, the cost data relating to various aspects of the cost elements. So the data with respect to what is the material cost, or what is labor cost, and what is selling and distribution cost. So each element of cost is going to have impact. So each element is to be separately analyzed, and the cost control objective can be fixed relevant wherever it is important. So most of the time, and just I would like to give an example here with respect to the labor, availability of labor. And when we all know that labor is something which is not fixed in nature, or which is not something which because it is something which is we are dealing with people there. And of course labor, manual labor and machine labor, we depend on machines also, and engineering division will take care of that. So which machinery will yield more and with less wastage. So that is where the knowledge again plays major role. The engineers' knowledge and their ability to solve, and ability to repair, and ability to maintain the machines, ability to reduce the wastages. So again, it is ultimately about the skill and ability of that particular division which takes care. And that is about the knowledge labor, what I'm talking about now, and the labor which is, I mean, um, the work given by the blue collar employees. Okay, I mean, sorry, the white collar employees. And again, on the other side, the manual labor, where we call them as a blue collared employees. Okay, blue collar, mainly they will be in the factory, working always on the factory floor, wherein they will be in the floor of my factory where the machinery has been running. So it'll be most of the time when they've been given a training to how to handle the machines, and how to produce, or with manually how to produce the things. So in such cases, we are dealing with psychological aspect of the employee. In such cases, and they are being paid with wages, and wage, and because wage is then ultimately it's something which we consider as direct expenditure related with the manufacturing activity, and with salary has been accounted in case of it has been considered as indirect, and we consider it as indirect expenditure, and we include in the administrative part of that. But when it comes to wages, it is directly related to the manufacturing activity, and the psychological aspect of the disturbance of the employee will be directly having impact on the production. So, labor cost here. What is the cost of labor? Uh, so when they are especially working manually, so their psychological disturbance will reduce the productivity if there is a relationship between the manual labor, and the production level or the quality of production. So ultimately, there may be more wastages, and which can increase the overall cost of the labor. Labor cost will be increasing because due to increase in the wastage, increase in the idle hours, employees are not working effectively, and efficient workforce is not being done. They are not being motivated, and they are not given proper working environmental facility, and they are not given proper leave rules and regulations, incentives, okay, more as a part of motivation, okay, and timely payment, and all these count with the psychological aspect of working of the wage laborer. In such cases, the labor cost will be increasing, and This is where you need to look after with the alternative that is available, that is you go with mission labor. And mission labor also, it has its own advantages and disadvantages, but still we need to consider what is the project all about, and how it should be and at what time it should be completed, and within what budget it has to be completed. So all these aspects will give and will make you to understand why the cost has to be analyzed. So just I gave you the example of the labor cost. So you can take any example such like material availability. Okay. So when you're purchasing the raw material, and the lack of raw material, first of all, is the biggest challenge. And as expected, the suppliers must supply you with at a offered price, that whatever the supplier offer you, that particular price that has to be accepted by you. So there are so many other constraints with respect to raw materials as well. So in this particular case, uh, that is where the business thinks about why the cost has to be analyzed and why it has to be managed. So you can take each and every element of the cost, and it can be analyzed. Ultimately, it will be helping the business in taking effective decisions and to reach its goal. So this is where achieving the strategy, I mean, achieving the business goal. So strategic management has been achieved. Ultimately, it is to reach the long-term goal. So when you reach the short-term goal, ultimately you are reaching to achieve the long-term goal as well. That is ultimate objective of strategic management as well. So strategic cost management as well. So importance of analyzing cost is very much relevant for the businessman. Thank you so much for I mean giving the time to listen to my lecture for today on importance for analyzing and managing the cost. Hope you people can interact with me in a Zoom meeting over again. Okay. Thank you so much. Bye.